Halle Berry has just filed documents in court so she can pay her ex-boyfriend a little less money in child support. Now, they have a 6-year-old little girl together by the name of Nala, and apparently, according to documents, Berry filed legal docs asking the judge in their custody case to reduce her monthly child support obligation from $16,000 a month to just over $3,000 a month. Now, she's saying that he is completely healthy, he should be able to go out there and work, but he has now decided that he doesn't need to work because he's receiving $16,000 a month in child support, which is, of course, more than enough to live on.
Okay, the bigger question is, why doesn't Halle Berry have custody of her kid?
No, it's 50-50. So it's fair. The dad has 50 and she has 50.
Oh, okay.
And he's saying for the 50% of the time that I have the kids, I need $16,000 a month.
Absurd.
Okay. So in reality, if he had the kids the whole time, he'd need $32,000 a month, right? Just to take care of the kids. Wink, wink. Sure.
Get a job, you deadbeat.
Okay.
That's what I say.
Who gave him the 16 grand to begin with? Who said, yeah, that's what it would cost?
There was a hearing, I presume. We don't know the details of whether it was a settlement or if they went through the whole legal proceedings and a judge decided, right? But that is the law. I mean, in California,
no fault.
So you got no fault. He could have been having sex with 18 different women in her bed, and it doesn't matter. He still gets half of the money that they had when they were married. The money she made while they were married.
Yeah, okay, so child support, child custody, matrimony, not matrimony, what is it called when you're married with someone and then you divorce, you still have to give them money? Alimony, there we go. All of that is so backwards in California. And it doesn't matter what your gender is. As you can see in this case, you have Halle Berry, she's the one who's making the big bucks, and so she has to give him $16,000. A lot of times it's the man who gets screwed over because usually the man is the one who has the majority of the income. But why is it that it works out this way? I mean, shouldn't it be a case where a person has to prove that they have certain expenses that they need money for in order to take care of the kid? In this case, it's like, oh, all right, we'll give you $16,000 a month.
In his defense, she has to keep his mullet in the lifestyle that it's accustomed to. So I'm going to go to bat for him.
Who is that guy?
No idea.
His name is Gabriel Aubry, and I know he was a model. I don't know if he's done any other work.
He looks like Sawyer from Lost.
Oh, he does.
Okay, so except it turns out it's just Halle Berry's money that's lost. Okay, anyway, so now understand that this is not about the alimony, this is not about the 50% and stuff like that. This is just child support, okay? So now, here's what I'm gonna get super mad about. If somehow she gets out of paying the $16,000, but every dude in the world has to pay that $16,000, right? If all of a sudden they're like, well, I mean, come on, he should get a job, right? We're gonna knock it down to $3,000. Oh, no. If it's a shitty rule, it should be a shitty rule for everybody, okay? So sorry, pay every nickel of it, right? Until we realize, hey, wait a minute, maybe this rule is really, really stupid, right?
Yeah.
So now understand this, usually both sides make mistakes here. Most of the people who need child support really, really need it. Okay, the overwhelming majority of the people who need it. And a lot of times guys and women who are making more money run out, and then the person has no way of taking care of the kids, and they desperately need that child support, and they've been married sometimes 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, etc., right? So don't make the mistake of thinking that Halle Berry's of the world and all the rich dudes who get divorced are the majority. No, they're a tiny minority. So I get why you need child support. On the other hand, why are we assuming that every case should be treated the same? With a guy who, makes $50,000, well, okay, he should give something to the kids, otherwise they're not going to be able to live. But the guy who's making $50 million, or the woman in this case making the $50 million or whatever, why does she have to give up half of what she earned during the marriage? Or in this case, the child support? Why do the kids need $16,000? Of course it's not the kids. Of course it's not the kids. He's just taking it and eating it. So have some common sense.
Yeah, and what if they said, okay, this is child support. This is not alimony. This is nothing like that. So what you have to do now is you have to keep, you have to have a bookkeeper. You have to keep all your receipts. Every month, every last penny, that $16,000 better be going to Nala, and we're going to check on those receipts.
Yeah.
So
Nala didn't need a Harley Davidson.
Right.
Nala didn't need leather pants.
That's right. And so I would say, look, there's a minimum that you have to give. Like, for example, the $3,000 she argues for. You want to make that minimum higher, I understand. Whatever the minimum is. Then you don't have to keep receipts for that $3,000 or anything like that. You want to go above the minimum and say that your kids need some sort of extravagant support? Well, then show me the goddamn receipts.
Yeah.